Today I want to teach you how to make a really boozy but easy mead recipe at home. So let's get started. So our recipe today, so easy, is pineapple. It's pineapple juice specifically. We're making a no water pineapple mead, which means we're not using, obviously, any water in this. Instead, we're using honey. It's a mead, obviously. And then a bunch of pineapple juice. You can get it in a couple different ways. You can buy a big can of it like this. Sometimes it's at your local grocery store, something like this. Or if you need to buy some smaller cans, you can do this as well. I've done both before. Essentially, you're gonna use this recipe card on screen. And you'll see on there, honey, of course, the pineapple juice up to 1.2 gallons. Yes, you're gonna have to brew this thing in a bucket. You can't do it in a carboy because you're gonna get some losses with the amount of stuff that's in the pineapple juice. So start over 1 gallon. We are using Lalvin Q823, notably used for tropical fruited meads. We're using, of course, Fermade O, or whatever yeast nutrient you want to use, and honey, and that's about it. There's some oak on there for the recipe card and some acid, but we'll talk about actually using those. So to make this mead, it's pretty dang simple. Get your recipe card, stuff you have. We're gonna mix together our honey and our pineapple juice. We're gonna blend it up or shake it up, whatever you gotta do there to get it all mixed together. You're gonna take a starting gravity reading, meaning use a hydrometer, which helps to measure the specific gravity of this brew and how much sugar content is there, because the pineapple juice has so much sugar in it, and of course honey is all sugar. We're gonna start with a higher gravity. Our starting gravity is 1.108 for this. Yours might differ just a little bit, but that's okay. If this ferments out, which it will, meaning it will end at 1.000, we're gonna have a roughly about a 14.3 or 4 ABV brew, which is, again, boozy. We're also doing this really fast, so, well, you can drink it really fast, but it might need some time. We've mixed everything together. We've put our yeast in, of course, and we've taken our starting gravity reading. We're gonna go ahead and put the lid on said bucket or container, and we're gonna walk away for 24 hours. This brew really needs to have some staggered nutrition, meaning that you add your nutrient over time instead of just all up front. So we're gonna add our yeast nutrient at the 24-hour mark. We can also add some more at the 48-hour mark. And if you want to go even further, you can take your whole amount of nutrient and split it out over 4 parts and do day 2, day 4, day 6, day 8, and essentially spread it out, but I just did 2 nutrient additions. This will ensure that the fermentation is healthy, and I promise you, you will not regret a healthy fermentation. You will regret drinking bad booze that doesn't have the right nutrition. So, just something too important. The fermentation is gonna kick up. It's gonna go for about 2 weeks, roughly. You'll see everything start to settle at the bottom, / the airlock will slow down. At that point, go ahead and take another gravity reading and find out where it landed. So for us, we started at 1.108. We ended at 1.000 after the primary fermentation. This means it consumed every bit of sugar in this brew. So we rack it into a container with an auto siphon and tubing. Links in the description to equipment if you need that. There's also links to videos on what I'm talking about when I say racking or gravity reading. I'm not diving into that in this video, and I'm sorry, but I want to do this video faster. So check out those links if you want to know what I'm talking about, if you don't know. So we've racked it into a new container. We're gonna go ahead and stabilize it. We're only 2 weeks old, so we're pretty young, but stabilizing it will allow us to add any fermentable sugar to back sweeten, which a dry pineapple mead is pretty dang in your face. So we're gonna back sweeten this. You can also pasteurize, which is this on screen, if you'd like to do that. Wait about 24, 48 hours, come back and add some honey to back sweeten. So I brought my final gravity up to about 1.020. This has a fair amount of acidity to it because it's pineapple. It also has a pretty big body, in truth. You're welcome to oak this mead if you'd like to do that, but personally, I liked mine where it was, although I've tried some really good oaked pineapple meads before. So consider that as was seen in the recipe card. We've back sweetened. This brew is like still only now 2.5 weeks old. We're gonna let it set for a hot minute, maybe about 3-4 weeks. The ABV on this alone will keep it from being super drinkable very early. Even with a healthy fermentation, the ABV is going to be present. So go ahead and leave it for about 2 or 3 more weeks at least. And then at that point, you can go ahead and either just bottle it if it's clear, and if it's not clear, add something that can help clear it, like Sparkaloid, which is what I used. It's a force clearing agent that binds to the other atoms, the positive, negatives, and it draws them out of suspension, makes them fall to the bottom. So that's what we did. We added Sparkaloid. It cleared up in like 24 hours, and then we bottled it. So that's a lot of stuff here. Here's a timeline. And the thing is, this can age for way longer. You don't have to drink this after 5 or 6 weeks. You could wait a year. If you're patient enough to wait a year, kudos to you, go for it. But it is drinkable after 6 weeks, 7 weeks. It just is gonna have a little more alcohol presence because it's boozy, as we've said. I've talked enough. Let's go ahead and get a pour of it and see how it tastes. All right, it looks fantastic. This brew is about 3 months old as I'm tasting it. I did attempt to do a tasting at Mead Stampede, which is myself doing the most, Faywood Mead's mead competition that we host every year. And I got a bunch of judges that were there to help us. I said, hey, come help me with the tasting. Unfortunately, the audio was pretty bad, so I can't use that footage, but thank you to those people for helping me with that. It looks great. It smells very rich. Even just pouring it, I could get the fragrance off the glass, or just around me, basically. The honey character is starting to arise or rise up as the pineapple kind of does this. But it does have a little boozy side to it. Again, we're sitting at like 14.5%. Here we go. Let's taste it. I think it's super well balanced. I didn't do any acid balance. Let me back up and say, I think it's well balanced for 3 months old and 14%. I'm aware that the amount of alcohol content will not diminish, but will mellow over time. So it will meld better with that. But the pineapple and the sweetness are very good. The acidity is also nice there. It just needs some more time. Of course, this is a high ABV brew. Because we used no water, there's a fair amount of body to this thing. It feels pretty hefty, and that's not a bad thing. I quite like that. I do think this cold would be even better, slightly chilled maybe. On my recipe card, I included malic or citric acid or some sort of acid balance, and then some oaking. This could be really fun oaked as well. I have some rum oak chips, and I think that could be a really fantastic combo to use. So maybe I'll try that again in the future. I have about 4 gallons left of this pineapple juice just sitting around. So I plan on making more of this. Overall, this brew is really good. It is rich and fun and fruity. It's a bomb, a fruit bomb, and realistically not that expensive to make. So I'd be curious to hear what people think. If you've tried this before, the cool thing is you can do this with any other fruit. If you have a no water or a lot of juice based version, go for it. Dump a bunch of juice or whatever you got there with your honey. It's gonna turn out to be a pretty big bodied mead, but it's gonna be good. So here's my recipe card. I've really enjoyed getting to do this. I've done lots of pineapple in the past. I had never done a no water pineapple, but it's pretty dang easy and good. So thank you for watching. Hit subscribe. We're on the road to 100,000 subscribers, and that's gonna take a lot of work. And unfortunately, it's not work that I can do. It's work on the end of you guys hitting the subscribe button if you're not currently subscribed. So help us get to there. 100,000 would be so cool. Can you imagine with me one of those little silver play buttons somewhere on here? You can help us get to there. So thank you for watching. I hope you have a fantastic day, and cheers.